Hey, welcome to Open Doors. This is Dr. Anu. Welcome to my podcast. Or if you are watching this on YouTube, welcome. Today I woke up, I do a lot of coaching, and when I'm coaching, I am reminded of either where I am or where I have traveled. Both of them kind of serve me. And I am reminded of relationship and the journey that I had during my dating time, right? I wrote something and I wanted to read it here on my podcast, and I wanted to ask you guys for your engagement, if you will. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you do your comment. And if you are listening to this on some type of podcast platform, and you have the ability to comment, please do so. So here we go. We're going to talk about relationships. I'm just going to read what I wrote. I used to measure myself by the scales of the ones who didn't love me or choose me. So, in other words, by men who were not even saying to me, hey, you're my person. I want to spend my time with you. I was measuring myself by those who were not saying, you're my person. I want to spend time with you. You're important to me. And that sounds crazy, right? Like I used to tell myself, I'm not good enough. I must not be pretty enough because he's not choosing me. He doesn't want to be with me. He doesn't treat me the way I want to be treated. So I must not be valuable. I must not be worthy. I was using him to measure my worth. And that had me stuck in a spiraling circle going down. Today, I know it's not about whether they see me, it's about whether I see me. And now that I finally see me, my posture of please choose me is no more. I found the power of I choose me. Now I'm particular about where I share my intimate space, who I share my intimate space, who I share my intimate thoughts with. I'm very selective now. And I don't allow myself to measure my value by anyone other than myself. So now, those who have been granted access, I granted access to so many people, to everybody, really. And I've learned now that access granted was sacred, and I didn't treat it as such, but I do treat it as such now. So my dewdrop ins, they get dewdrop in access. One of the things that I hold sacred in being able to execute that is one of my best friends told me one time. He said, women get it twisted. They take my kindness as a signal that I'm into them, but I'm not. I'm just really a nice guy. And I don't understand what they want from me. Do they want me to treat them bad so that they know that I'm not into them? But then that would take me out of my character because I'm just not that dude. I'm really a nice guy. And he changed my whole paradigm with that one sentence. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And I can see that. That's tight right there. So I too am a very nice person. So I'm going to remain being a nice person just as he did. But I still am not going to give access to everybody. One of the most important things I've learned in my relationships was that everybody has a lane. And I had a tendency to put people in the lane of being my boyfriend because that's what I wanted. It wasn't even because that's what they wanted, that's what they implied, that's what they said. It was simply because that's what I wanted. And so, to some degree, I guess I was just going to make them be what I wanted. And it doesn't work that way. I have no right to force my will upon them, and they would never be able to operate successfully in that space if they weren't supposed to occupy that lane. I don't get mad or upset at any of those men because their posture was just what it was, and my posture was just what it was. And I have forgiven myself for my behavior, and I have moved on. And I really didn't have to forgive them for being who they were. But if for some reason you're out here and you're listening and you feel like I should forgive them for all the stuff that I believe that they've done to me, then do that. But get yourself free, just like we all have to. I wanted to make this podcast because so many people are in relationships right now and they're hurting and they're blaming themselves and they're saying to themselves, I'm not pretty, I'm not beautiful, I'm not good. And they're basing it off of them holding someone in the lane that they probably shouldn't be occupying. Listen, just like I had to learn, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are wonderful, you are talented, you are giving, you are nurturing, and all of those energies will grow in the right soil. And instead of being in the posture of wanting to be chosen, because I believe that's how we kind of got taught that a man that chooses you, but also we choose. And there's power in knowing that we choose too. So get up, my love. Stand up, my love. Hold your head up, my love. And decide that you choose and you can choose better than what you have chosen today. You hold the power too, my love, to choose. You really do. There's power in that space. So get up, get off of your knees, stand up, get in your power, know who you are, and choose wisely. I love you, my love. Ashe.